Oh wait, what's your name? Oh, we're live. Oh, too late.
Yeah.
We are
Okay.
live. We're live on Monero Talk.
Okay.
We have Wookey here,
Yeah.
who recently launched a wallet, an iOS and an Android wallet. What's your name? I'm sorry, I didn't even get your name. I just know you're the Wookey wallet guy.
Yes. You can call me Aurora. Also in Chinese is 极光. Which one you choose?
What? Jiguan?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
okay.
Okay. We'll add that to the show notes as well. So it's nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank
coming on
you
the
for
show.
this interview. Okay.
Where are you located?
Actually, we are in Xiamen, China, in Fujian province. I don't know you have ever know about this.
I mean, I've never been.
Yeah, it's a
I've
good city.
okay.
Yeah.
I've heard of the area. So I guess those are kind of my first questions before we even get into the wallet.
Yeah.
What is the cryptocurrency scene like over there where you are in China and in China in general? Do you have a good sense of what it's like? Is it popular there? I mean, obviously we always hear things about Bitcoin being mined in China. Um, but what is kind of like on the ground? What is it like? Do a lot of people know about cryptocurrency? Are a lot of people avidly using it? Are they just using it as speculation for investment, or are they actually using it in the real world? What's kind of the general feel like for crypto in China? Obviously, you're in the community, so are there many like you? Or are you unique among your peers?
I think in China, there's not too many people know what is cryptocurrencies. They think this is bad things. We are focused on the real business, like factory, everything. We make money from this way. Or people now maybe invest on the uh, real estate or stocks, but they never touch the crypto. But time by time, I think will change. More and more people come in this in the crypto currencies field. So, but at first, there's some guys just know the bitcoins. I think most most of young guys they know bitcoins. Maybe they didn't buy them, but they will start to buy something because more and more people want to invest because they found is the price is always rise up. The Chinese we want to make money, So
Right.
actually, many people they don't have interest in Monero because the price is not as better as the Bitcoin because now it's still about 80 US dollars. So it's still not a good price. Maybe in the future, they will like to buy some others. There's a small part of people they like to buy some just altcoins. They want to make money. They don't care whatever. No matter shitcoin or something else, it's not a big problem. They want to buy early and sell to someone come later. So that is a game like gambling.
So most people are looking at it as a speculative asset that they can make money on, and they're
Yeah.
not interested in the technology per se or how it could be used as money. They're more so interested in trying to make money off of buying and selling it. Is that kind of an accurate?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, correct.
So you personally, when did you get into cryptocurrency? Was Bitcoin your first?
Personally, this is from since 2017. There's a very famous things. It's called "Wanna Cry." It's a virus like
Yes, the
WannaCry.
WannaCry virus. Yep.
Yeah, because before I run a factory before 2 years before I run a factory, and my company and my friend's company, they also get the WannaCry. So we need to buy the bitcoins to pay them. So that is why I get into the crypto. Actually, some my family, there's some people already buy Bitcoin before, but that is my first time to buy this, but buy Bitcoins, because I have real requirement on this, because otherwise my files will be delayed. That
Okay.
is sadly but true.
So your first use of Bitcoin and the first reason you bought it was because you were essentially hacked and you needed to pay off the
Yes,
bribe.
pay off the crap.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Interesting.
Okay. Well, hey, it got you into crypto, so I guess hopefully it was money well spent. Um, so that led you into Bitcoin. That was the first time you bought Bitcoin, and then is that what then you proceeded to learn more about it at that point? That's what introduced you to it, and then you got interested in it, and you started to learn more about it.
That is because, as I said, Chinese people, firstly, they want to make money. At that time, maybe because the real business is very hard now all around the world. So no matter the factory or some the service or some industry, the business is not good. The real business is not good. So I start to think about, because Bitcoin since the cryptocurrency seems a new industry, and I'm pretty interested in this field. So I just choose a company to start in. I need to learn. I need to learn what is going on, because I as a sales before, I also uh, like to learning some news, and I know to be I want to become a operation, so that will be good for me to learn the cryptocurrencies, because it's a connection between the technology and the business, the market. So that is a good position for me at the beginning, because I don't have IT background. So but every day I should contact with the technical guys, the our developers. So I think I grew up quickly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you learn about Bitcoin through
Yeah.
the WannaCry hack. Then you start to go down the rabbit hole. You get interested in it for purposes of making money. For I guess where
Yeah.
you were buying it, so you were trading at that time.
Yeah.
You were trading, and so you were trading all different types of coins or just Bitcoin. Um,
Old type. Before old type, I find actually there's many opportunity to earn money, but actually the it's against to the Fed, the money, the RMB or USD is, yes, but every day I think I lose my Bitcoin or some high value coins. So I think it's just I don't have time to lose on this on the shitcoins. So I just buy some bitcoins and Monero now, and just uh, to be a holder.
Okay. So what made you start? So Bitcoin, you were buying. I understand that because Bitcoin is the big one. It's the
Yeah,
it has the meme as being digital gold, even though it
yeah,
lacks
yeah,
fungibility.
yeah,
What led you to then say Monero? I mean, it's lesser known. Obviously, here on this show, we know why we like Monero. But
yeah.
what led you to go down that road and think it might be something worth holding on to?
Um, as before, maybe 2 years before, I don't know Monero, because not too many people knows cryptocurrencies even. So maybe it's is some guys are very famous, like the 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 shaman slow mist technology. The Mr. Kosan Yu is a hacker and he's very famous in China. So uh, I I found he always talk with us. Monero is good coin. So I just get interested in Monero, and I learned more, and I found this very interesting. Uh, I think I still have a long way to go to learn more about Monero, because before I just know only a little of crypto, but when found the Monero and I like it, I just study and translate many documents. The now firstly from the Moneropedia, and later will be also I also translate the Mastering Monero and some videos and articles about Monero. I think from this in this way, and I will give some give the Chinese community the and share with them with the articles what I'm translated. So it's a good way to learn and share with others to build the community, because actually most of Chinese Monero community, they don't talk about the technology or what's happening on the Monero. They only talk about price, the rise up, dump, and
Mhm.
just every day to talk something like this. But I think it's different. I'm different from this side. I think I need to know why need to buy Monero, and I want to like them to know why you need to buy Monero, not just
Oh, froze a little bit. Hopefully he comes back. Yep. Am I frozen too? I see. I think I'm okay. I see a question from Vic. What is the official stance of the Chinese government on cryptocurrencies? I don't know. That's a good one. Hopefully he gets back. Um, we will wait. If anybody else has questions, type them in. Oh, we're
hello.
back. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
I
Good.
disconnection.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. You're
Okay.
back. So actually,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have a few questions coming in from people that are watching the show.
Okay.
First one is basically, it's a good question. What is the, or could you explain, or do you know the kind of the stance from the Chinese government on cryptocurrencies in general? In the past we've heard, there were times where we heard that they were banning cryptocurrency, they were
Yeah.
banning Bitcoin
But,
mining at
mm,
one point. Obviously, mining still is still happening in China. People are using
mm,
cryptocurrencies in China. Is there
mm,
kind of an official stance there as to the legality of crypto? Um, and are they looking at different coins in different ways? For example, is Monero and private are privacy coins looked at differently than perhaps something like Bitcoin that is transparent?
mm.
Do you have
Uh,
any viewpoint there or knowledge as to what kind of the stance is from the government in China?
I think government in China now they treat the cryptocurrencies as a asset, not currency. Is asset. The government will protect the asset, but actually it's very hard to do that, because if you lose some coins or something else, go to find the police. They will never help you, because they think the cryptocurrencies no value, zero. So at least you need 3,000 RMB. It is a limit to call police to help you, but they think crypto with no value, zero. So that is government's attitude on cryptocurrencies, and there's no good laws for the cryptocurrencies. They maybe in the future the government will push their own coins. For example, maybe we call it RMB coin. So in the future, maybe because China is I think everyone in China, we have a cell phone. We have we can do make business with cell phone, and we don't care about what kind of coins. Maybe also we can we use Alipay and WeChat Pay now, and we don't care exchange another things like RMB coin or something.
Yeah, so most people are using a vast majority of the population in China uses digital money, right? Alipay or
Yeah.
right?
Everyone.
Everyone. Now, so that's that's something that's often talked about in the Monero community. How things like that can lead to kind of mass surveillance and censorship. Once a government has everybody transacting through essentially a servers and a system that it controls, it can kind of control people's transactions. Monero is something that, as I'm sure you're aware, can't be controlled. It's decentralized, and the government wouldn't be able to know if you were sending me a transaction or if you were sending somebody in China a transaction. Is that something the subversive nature of it? Is that something that you think the Chinese government is concerned with, or they don't even? It's not something they're even recognizing or care about at this stage.
At this stage, I think Monero is still a small market, so I think government will not notice that, because even they notice that they don't think it's a big things. I think in the future is if Monero is become maybe with a higher the market cap, maybe the government will notice Monero and learn about this. But now it's just mainstream media. They don't talk about Monero now. And in the future, I think the Monero will be first used in the dark web. So there's something is not easy to treat by real money. So we need some other currencies to do the business. That is possible to use Monero now. I think at this stage, but of course I hope in the future all around the world can use Monero to do something like just buy. They can accept to buy the coffee, buy anything else in the future. I hope, but now is the ecosystem still not too big. It's just some guys like me as in the community, only about, I think, not over 1,000 real fans. But I think there's a big potential in China market, I think. Hello?
Yep, your sound's cutting out. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah. I mean, at this stage, it's Monero is not good, not big enough to the company, the government will not ban or something. They will not take actions on this.
Okay, so how about from the standpoint of this, the users, citizens, do they, because they are they aware of this dichotomy between the traditional banking system in China, where everybody's using digital money that the government essentially controls, versus using money that's not controlled by any government? Do you think people are aware of that dichotomy and interested in it, and interested in the potential value that Monero offers for that purpose? Do you see value there? Do you think others see value there? Or it's not something that people are interested in?
I see the value at this stage. Which like Mr. Mr. Kosan, you told us at this stage we should we can use Monero for the dark web. So some real business cannot cannot use RMB or something. That is real demand, real requirement. There's some guys, they don't want others to track the transactions. That this part, and later there's many shops or something. We can first buy a coffee or something. Later, and finally we should use Monero to buy everything. I think not so quickly, maybe 20 years, because China, in China, maybe it's 20 years too long. 5 years or 7 years, I think in the future, there's many people would will accept Monero, because in my opinion, in most of coins in the markets now, most of them will die, but so only some real value currencies can survive. So I think Monero is one of them, and at least the people in the future can accept to you pay by Monero. So I think there's a chance. Also, we can do something on this part, not just translate something. We can also have to do something on this part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think people are interested in the use case? So you say like using it on the dark web, but in the use case of, maybe so people are just in more control of their money. So if they want to, for example, move it outside of the borders, move it outside of out of the country, they could essentially do that in a click of a button, as opposed to doing it through the traditional banking system through China, where I imagine everything is watched and monitored, and it may not be as easy to move your money out of the country. Do you think there's potential use cases there?
Yes, but it's a use case, but I think the problem now is the 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 value, the volume of the transaction value of Monero is still very small compared with Bitcoin. Most of people, why they use Bitcoin, because
It's
Bitcoin
liquid,
has a
right?
big liquid compared with Monero. So we should do something on this part. So in the future, that will be a good tools to move the money from this part. It's not, maybe
Well,
some guys will
that
call it
obviously just
money
comes.
laundering, but we don't think so. Actually, we just don't want to know want any others know what where's my money going.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, the liquidity obviously comes with time. So as the project grows, as more people use Monero, as the market cap goes up, then the liquidity will grow. That just takes time. There's no reason why Monero can't one day be as liquid as Bitcoin. It's just going to take time for it to grow. So how is the Monero? Is there a Monero community in China? So, I mean, are there meetups? Are there people meeting in the physical world? Like in New York, we actually have meetups. In other parts of the U.S., people meet up. They meet up to talk about Monero. And then online, are there a lot of people meeting in internet channels and talking about Monero? Are there communities, Monero communities in China, online and offline?
Actually, we don't have some meetups. At this stage, we don't have money to do these things, because we need some guys to organize meetup. That we need money. So we are no profit organization, so it's very hard for us. So maybe in the our community members always said when Monero arrived the price of Monero arrives $3,000, we would be anywhere, because maybe in Netherlands, New Zealand or Australia, we go anywhere of the to anywhere in the world. So we can meet also. We can meet in Xiamen, no problem. But now we can only hold up some private meeting, maybe three or five people. We can meet together now at this stage, but we cannot hold like a 100 people meeting. It's very hard. We need firstly we need money. Secondly, it's
What do you
very
mean?
hard to gather them.
You need money to make the meetup happen, or you're saying the price needs to be higher for people to have the incentive to
Because
want the meetup?
we have we hold maybe a lot of Monero. So if the Monero price higher, much higher than now, for example, $3,000, maybe we have the money to hold some meetups.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, here, there's, the meetups are basically for free. It's like,
Yeah.
you get like, I guess it would be different. You get like a pizza and a few beers, and people, they meet up and
Yeah.
they converge.
I
People
know
that are interested in the technology.
yeah, it's not cost too much money, but you know the in China the fans over it's in the whole country is too big. China is too big, so maybe on the north there's 10 people. In this province, 10 people. If we want to get together, we need money. So it's not a short distance. It's a long distance from this city to another city. So we need money on this.
I got you. That would be something interesting. Maybe you'd want to try to raise funds for through the Monero community. I mean, the Monero community is certainly interested in helping Monero grow, and especially in a place like China, I guess I'll speak for myself, where I think it could be, a good technology to help of kind of bring more liberty to the country through technology. So I think if that's something where if you came up with a solid pitch, maybe you would get help for funding if it was about if there was a need for funding to try to get people together. So how about online? Are people converging online to talk about it in channels? Obviously, people talk about it on Reddit in English, but are there like separate websites, Chinese only, where people are talking about Monero and thinking about working on Monero? Is that happening?
Yes, wait a moment. You said people what?
I guess my question is about online. So obviously, there's like the Reddit Monero subreddit. You've posted there. You talk about things there. Are there Chinese websites where people are talking about Monero?
I think so, but I think maybe someone will talk about Monero, but not too many people here will talk about Monero because we still not a big community. But in our community, like WeChat group or mostly WeChat group, we talk a lot. Maybe everyone is active. So they will talk a lot every day, every minute. But don't like not like the what to say wait a moment. Yes, Telegram. On Telegram, you see maybe 1 word or 1 hour or some. We every minute we have someone will talk every minute, every second, maybe. There's too many news.
So what are people working on? So obviously you built, and now we'll transition into this. You built Wookey, which is a Monero wallet for iOS and Android. But what are people working on other projects in China related to Monero?
I think that we have some friends. They working on the media, so they will write articles and they will translate like me, like and send the articles to the more people to know Monero and what happening on Monero community. Like the first VIP is a app. My friend, we called him. His name is Jin Douyun. So he also translates mastering Monero. This some of one or two guys, they are doing the same job like me, and we have some members. They will just stick some poster on the street or somewhere to make people know the Monero's logo and know what is Monero. Compare with Bitcoin, what is advantage of Monero. So that is some real things what our community doing now. So it's very funny.
Yeah, I saw. Do you know Naomi Wu?
Yeah.
The
What?
Naomi Wu, I believe her name is. She has like 1 million YouTube followers. She recently posted on YouTube. She's from China. Has like a kind of a tech show,
Yeah.
and she's located in China. And she recently posted a video where she was wearing like a Monero T-shirt,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
she came on the
you
Reddit.
mean Naomi?
Yeah, Naomi.
Naomi is in our
Oh, Naomi. I'm sorry.
WeChat group. Naomi is in our WeChat group,
Oh, okay. Okay.
but she's so, I'm sorry, she's now talking a lot. But sometimes she will show up, not too much, but she will show up. And we always we will give some red how to say it? Is develop elevate. How to call it? We just give just give some I forgot this just about just she will show up for sometimes, not very frequently. Okay.
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 And does she have a large? She has a large following in China, I imagine too. I mean, obviously, people watch her in the U.S. around the world, but I guess she has a large following in China. A lot of people know her, like online.
I don't think so. In China, maybe she has many followers on the YouTube or somewhere. But in China, I think that there's still very less people know this, because we have Great Wall, but we don't have we cannot get many information from other countries. So I think and Naomi is because government don't like it this way, because they don't like some sexy girls wear Monero shirts like this. Actually, our government will not like this, and maybe she if she have some like Weibo account, she will be banned very soon. So if she announce if she promotes Monero in this way, I don't think it's a good idea in China, because it's very easy to be banned.
Right. Yeah, I see people talking, leaving comments about, translating videos from MoneroCon, things like that. And apparently, it sounds like people are working on that for the Monero outreach group and things like that. So let's talk about the wallet. So do you know how many downloads or installs you have for the wallet, for
uh,
the iOS and the Android wallet?
Totally, I think just several hundreds because there's not too many people now. They know the Monero, and it's little hard to learn how to use a Monero wallet. There's many people they buy Monero before, but they still don't know how to use it. They didn't use GUI before. They just buy in Binance or Huobi, just store in before. They just store in the exchange, but they don't use the wallet
Mhm.
to store the Monero.
Do you,
So
do you know, are they primarily are those downloads primarily happening in China? Or is that kind of your target user? Or is it people in China? Do you know? Do you know if that's the case?
what do you mean about
The
what
user
was?
the users of your wallet,
Yeah,
are they located primarily in China?
or mostly in China, and we also find some other countries users like just as a guys in the wait a moment, I check where the guys wait.
Are you doing anything to actively promote the wallet in China?
Yeah, yes, yes, I provide some Monero like point 0.005 SMR to each of the users to try our wallet. So it works. So many people want to try first, but by my opinion, there's many people try it and they found it's a little hard to use Monero, like even you give the good user experience, but compare with the Bitcoin or some other cryptos, still little difficult to use because especially the node connection sometimes not good enough. So
Mhm.
the uh, the blocks signalization is a little slow.
Right. The block syncing time.
Yeah,
And it has to
yeah,
download the entire blockchain for it to sync.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so I guess one of the things when you launched, you had mentioned that it's similar to Cake and Moneruju,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
but that it's better. Are there what makes Wookie better than some of the other wallets that are out there, or how do you intend on making it better?
I think our user experience more suitable for the Eastern Asia customers. We have different thinking on the wallet. Uh, for example, we need to switch the wallet, and we need we have some we have many many methods for receive Monero like get use payment ID or integrated address, and also we can give user a sub address. We give a lot of choice, but now I think the cake or some other wallets they have different different thinking of between from us. So I think this is uh, most different things of of our wallets. So
Hmm.
also there's maybe we also have to help our customers uh, to do something, not only the wallet part, as some others community building or something. This more difficult things than the web. The app development is something very hard to. We need to teach them, and we need to give help them. So it's different.
Okay. So like Cake and Moneruju, they're very
Yeah,
popular in the Monero community,
yeah,
because of their true open source nature. Um,
yeah.
I believe there was talk. I think when you first launched that, people were saying, "Oh, well, you took a lot of the code from those apps,"
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
I mean, they are open source, so you're free
Yeah.
to do that. Did you kind of give them uh, credit for taking the work, or and I guess my second question is Wookey truly open source? Because I saw there was some controversy there as to how open source Wookey is. I was hearing discussions on Reddit. People were concerned that not everything was as open as it can be in terms of on GitHub and what was posted there. Do you have any comment there? Because that's always a big concern in the Monero community.
I think we are fully open source. Before we give, I think if users have doubts on our apps, so they can view our codes. And if there's somewhere they think they need more details or something, we are happy to know anything they want, and we will give everything. No, I think we are fully open source, but if they still have some doubts, they can write to us by emails or anything, Twitter or Reddit, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think coming on this show is a good step, and then communicating with the community on Reddit.
Yeah.
Cake is a great example of that. Monero as well. I say Cake because they're a wallet that I actually, when they first posted, I was personally somebody who was unsure of them because they had come out of nowhere and they built the iOS wallet, and I reached out to them, and they made it part of their brand to be very open with the community and to listen to them and to really live up to the ideals of being open source. Monero as well. I should say my Monero too, also great wallet, also open source. They're a little different in how they work. I don't know if you're aware of all the different. I'm assuming you are aware of the different wallets and how each one of them works. But yeah, I would encourage you. Up, looks like we might be losing him. But if you could hear me, I would encourage you to reach out to the Monero community as much as you can to get their feedback and to try to live up to the ideals of being open source. And we just lost him. All right. Maybe we'll pop back on. We got any comments coming in? Oh, we're good. We're back. Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah, let me just say. So I was saying, I would encourage you to continue to communicate like this, like coming on the show and responding to people on Reddit and really responding to their concerns and trying to work with them. And even like Cake, like I said, Cake Wallet and Monero, I think felt that the code was taken. So making sure you give proper credit. Those things go a very long way in the community. And off again.
Some guys suggest us to pass the F-Joy, so we pass. we all.
Oh, let's see if it comes back on. Hello. And nice. You back? We keep dropping you.
The VPN is not stable. That is because the GFW, great firework. So it's very hard to avoid this problem. Yeah, in China, this sometimes
amazing in this day and age. It's it's almost 2020, and we can't talk across the world without having to worry about being cut off.
Amazing. That is a good thing.
Okay, so I was just saying, I don't need to repeat. I think you heard what I was saying. Just be, I would recommend that would be my advice. I guess there's also talk. So are you intending on adding a lot of other coins to the wallet? And
Yes.
do you see there being differences between things like Monero and the other privacy coins, or do you kind of lump them all into one?
Yes, of course. I'm personally, I'm the big fan of Monero, but you know, as a wallet, it's a project. The uh, the we need to let more people know our wallet first, and then we can uh, maybe in the future we can teach them little by little. That is you cannot go rush to do anything. So we should first become a, a wallet well known. So firstly on this part, and we and later the market will choose. So which coin you like, no matter what. But I have confidence on Monero. I'm very confident. No, there's no too many coins can survive in 5 years maybe, but definitely Monero would be survive.
Oh, and we lost him again. Any last questions for me to ask? Anybody got any good questions as we wait for him to pop back on? You're back? All right, you're back.
I hope you know my
No,
support
it's
about
okay.
this.
I really appreciate you coming on, and I'm glad we get to have this conversation. In fact, I'm hoping we can continue this because I, I I just know from the standpoint of people in the Western world, where there's really kind of a big lack of understanding of what's going on over there, especially in terms of cryptocurrencies, particularly Monero. And I'd love to hear about these things as hopefully the community grows in China. Also, is there anything that you think the Monero community can do to kind of help things grow in China? I mean, I'm sure everybody would be interested in trying to help that effort. Obviously, translating things. Are there other things that you think that could be done to help grow Monero in China?
I think firstly you should give more. We need more documents, papers to let people know what is going on Monero first. Otherwise, they cannot read English. Uh, Most of them, and it's very difficult. Moneros they have many high technology things, so people don't understand. They need to learn from pen English, pen word in Chinese, and then we should make some meetup later. That is stage. First stage we need to do things like do the documents firstly, and we need to give some meetups, small one maybe enough. And later there's some real user case like the shops can accept Monero. I think this cannot at this stage we cannot do everything.
I see a good question coming in. Somebody's asking, how do you intend on monetizing the wallet? Um,
No,
monetizing.
what?
How do you intend on making money off the wallet? What's the business? Is
Oh,
there a business model? Is there?
I think I have replied for this question before on Reddit. People think we are NGOs now, but how to make money? But we actually our company Waterblock we have we developed a lot of products. Wookie is one of them, and we have many to support Wookie. It's no need. Every project and money. We just want this part with we want to protect this part. It's it's good for humans. It's a good things. It's it's different. We can no man, we don't need make money here. We can use other money to support this. And also in the future, if we want to enlarge the group, the team, we can do some other service like
Oh. Hopefully we get him back. All right.
I mean, we really need money, and we want to enlarge our team to do something. Maybe we will provide some added service or paid membership, something else.
Gotcha.
Like this. But first, at this stage, I don't think so. We don't need money now. Of course, if we have a big user group, maybe we can ask for the VC or something else. But at this stage, we have enough money to do this, and we will do our best to firstly building the Monero community first. That is very important.
Oh. Okay. Hopefully he comes back on. Yeah, it sounds like he's thinking along the lines of how most startups think about this, especially in the open source crypto space. He's just trying to build a product platform that's going to attract users, and then he'll figure out the monetization later, which is a fair enough answer. I also imagine he's invested in Monero and hopes to benefit by just growing Monero in China, which is what I want to ask him. Let's see if he comes back on. Did we get you back one last time? Yeah, I guess the one last no that's it's, fair answer. I think a lot of people have that mentality in the open source crypto space, and the startup world. You're building something, you're interested in the technology, and once you get users, if you get users, you'll figure out how to monetize it later. I imagine you're also invested in Monero, so you benefit by helping to grow Monero. And as you get users, if you can grow it in China, then the Monero grows, the price goes up, and you benefit from that.
Yes, we have many supporter. They are big holder. Maybe they have over 5,000 or even 10,000 Monero in the hand. So people will like us to do these things. To my opinion, they will not sell anyone because they they don't they don't they don't they are not poor guys. They're rich man. So they just think Monero is the future. Maybe just they will not sell. Just holder, and
Gotcha.
they have enough money to have a good life. But it's true that just like someone in Bitcoin.
All right, I think we'll try one last time, and we'll call it at this point. Come on. And here it comes. All right.
I'm sorry for
It's
this.
okay. I think I think we're good. I think we'll call it at this point too, because it's coming down a lot, and people are trying to tune in, but it keeps cutting off. But I think we covered a lot today, and I really appreciate the candor.
Yeah.
Like I said, I hope you can kind of stay in communication with the Monero community and try to really listen to their feedback. And try to live up to the ideals of open source and those things. It goes a very long way in the community.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to finish with?
I just want to ask for some. I already asked some question on Reddit, and I get some reply from warmer heart friends. So I will translate later to the community and let them know what happening on the on the like about community, the international community, what happening here. So and what suggestions and now maybe I will also asking for the some maybe ask later on Reddit, because the network is not so good. So maybe I will ask. I will post some Reddit. Give some post on Reddit. Okay.
Yes, and I thought your questions were great. We don't need to go over them now on the show. All like basic questions about Monero and important things to convey to the Chinese community if they have those questions. They're all very good questions. Please continue to ask more, and I'm sure you'll find answers there. And please continue to translate those things into your language and pass them out around in China. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, thank you so much to give me the chance to know each other. So I think if we have chance in the future, I will very happy to be there. But just because the VPN get some problems, so I will try something to have to do. I will do something on this place. I think in the future will be enough. This link or some this connection or something. That's very hard to make a dialogue.
Do you plan to ever come to the U.S. or travel outside of China for Monero to come to? I mean, there's different events you can go to. Is that something you're thinking of doing eventually?
You mean go to USA to?
Yeah, like we had in Denver recently. We had the Monero Con, which was a big Monero conference.
Let's see. I've been to America before. I'm running a company before. I go to USA before. I think in Philadelphia, New York, and Seattle. I have been to USA before, but maybe if I get time and there's a good chance, maybe I will show up. Maybe it's very hard to say. It depends on how many works I have.
Right.
We are also busy from other jobs, so it's
understandable.
I will try my best. Okay.
Yep. All right. Well, it was great talking to you, and definitely stay in touch. And I hope to see you more on Reddit. Good luck with the app, and good luck growing it in China. And like I said, I can't stress enough just to try to really live up to the open source nature. Given that this is money, people want to know that it's something that can be trusted, that they can trust the wallet, that they actually control the keys, and that their money in Monero is safe.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one. Thanks for coming on.
Bye-bye. Have a good time.
All right. Bye.